Listen. Come on, man. You're smart. Come to class prepared. Last time I'm telling you. All right? Kind of sad you make hundreds on all the tests, and I have to give you a pencil every day. No more. Thank you. Much better. All right? Serious. All right. Now, what was the homework, guys? I said 1 through 17. Now, does anybody have an issue on 1 through 17? All right. All right. Carter, just look at the number and tell me which one you're having trouble with.
It was like 5. Yeah.
6. Okay. Now, listen to me. What? All right. So now, listen, sometimes I'm not sure why kids don't know quarts. How many quarts in a gallon? 4. Now, why do you think it's easy to remember 4 quarts to a gallon? Somebody tell me. Quarters. Yes, that's it. All right, think of it like that. Quattro.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
4. That's how you would know. Quarts. 4. 4 quarts to 1 gallon. Then everything else is what? 2. 2 pints make a what? Quart. 2 cups make a what? Pint. All right? Now, a little bit harder from ounces to cups, but we're not going to worry about that. I'm expecting you to know that. That's not an unreasonable thing. All right? 4 quarts to a gallon. If there are 4 quarts to a gallon and you have 48 quarts, can anybody tell me how many gallons that would be? Well, I said how many gallons is 48 quarts?
Then that's going to be, I mean, 5.
You got calculators in front of you guys.
48 divided by,
48 divided by 4.
I just did 9. I don't know.
12. So you could say 48 quarts is what? 12 gallons. So I have 9 gallons to 12 gallons. So if I write that, that would be 9 over 12, which would be the same as what? 3 to 4. Now, what if I said, well, instead of going 12 gallons, I want to change 9 gallons to what? If I want to change that to 36 quarts, I now can write the fraction 36 over 48. What do you think that is? 3/4. Same thing. 3/4. Now again, remember, some of you guys, I don't know that well. All right? And I try to tell everybody in my class, I'm not a babysitter. So if you don't have any problems, you don't have to raise your hand. If you don't understand something, you have to what? Raise your hand. So say, hey, help me out, man. I know I'm loud. Right? That's okay. All right? Don't be shy. Speak up. I want to help you. All right? Especially because we have a quiz tomorrow. All right? And you're going to need to know the information. And I want everybody to make 100 so I can say how great I am. Go sharpen it. I don't need to know these things. All right? In my class, people take care of business. Take care of your problems. Yes, sir. What? You don't understand how many quarts in a gallon? How did I get what? Okay, so let's go back now, just to make sure. All right, I'll start over. If I said you have 9 gallons, how many quarts do you have? Exactly. 36 quarts. So now you're writing as a ratio, correct? So what would that be? You know how to reduce a fraction. So what are you having trouble with? 3/4. You feel what I'm saying, right? Come on now. Zone in. Hear me. What? 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 Well, I said if 48 quarts, that's the same as what? 12 gallons.
You agree with that? So now we could do 9 to 12, which is the same as what? 3 to 4. Agreeing with me, correct? All right. Is everybody happy with that? Come on, I mean this, especially Miss Liego's class, guys. All right, I know my kids, but I don't know you. So I can't help you. I appreciate what you said. If you don't know something, speak up. All right? But I also get frustrated when I don't feel like people are listening to me the whole time. All right? So stay with me because I don't want to fuss. All right? Now, does anybody else? Because I said just go through 1 through 17. All right, so let's take a look at the one with a decimal. Everybody look at 16, just to make sure. Just to make sure.
That's a 9.
Okay, you're a little slow. All right, we'll go back to you in a second, I promise. Okay, Aiden, don't worry. All right, so when I cross multiply, I want everybody to tell me 5.1Q equals, somebody, what is it? 12.75. Does anybody agree with 7.5 times 1.7? That's on your paper, by the way. Not just an answer. And now we divide by what? 5.1. Divide by 5. So somebody said Q equals, unless we're happy with that, right? Now again, remember, if you're good, then we got no problem. All right, what? All right, so I'll do 14 with you.
Well, why would you isn't 5.1 number? Why how did you know it was close?
Who said it was close? Shh. Leave him alone. Let him answer.
That's a 9?
It's a Q. Miles, and then I'm going to get to you. Which one, Miles?
14. I don't think you did it a bunch of times. I got this.
Okay, so when you cross multiply, thank you, Miles. When you cross multiply, you should understand that you should have 24C. Now, Miles, tell me what 21 times 64 is real quick. Now, I just need people checking. So if Miles is doing it, you should do it. All right? Now I do what?
Now you divide it by.
And so C is what? You happy?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
I'm good. Good. Okay, now Aiden's got, you have to go back one more, and then we're going to move forward. So tell me, Aiden, which one? All right, we're going to talk about 8. Super, super important problem. You go to the store, and you see, I get 5 cans for $4.60. I want to know the cost. Listen to me, especially Miss Diego's class. I want to know the cost per can. That means what number goes first? The cost goes first. How much does it cost? 4.6 divided by 5. Now listen to what I just said. I want the cost per can. So the cost goes into my calculator first, divided by the number of cans. Everybody happy with that explanation? You understand me? How much does it cost per can? That's what the question is. 4.6 divided by 5. Come on, man. You're daydreaming. Let's go. Get on your calculator. No more daydreaming out of you. I saw you. What is that? So we would say it's going to cost me what? 92 cents per what? Per can. Now again, did you hear what I'm trying to tell them? When somebody says miles per gallon, I put in what first? Miles divided by the gallons. That's how easy it is. What goes into your calculator first? The number that you say first goes into the calculator first. Then you divide. All right, now, put your hand down. Miss Pliego, everybody hearing me in your class?
Yes.
Is everybody with me so far?
Yes.
But there's no excuse tomorrow. None. All right, I'm not helping you. Last time you guys whined about, oh, I couldn't do this or I don't understand it. Too bad. Tomorrow. Not answering a single question. Not one. Not a single question. You're not allowed to come to my desk. All right, so you better get your answers to your questions now. All right, good. All right, now I'm moving on. No, I don't care about the quiz tomorrow right now. I'll tell you, you're being prepared perfectly right now. I promise you. All right, you're A on every test. You got nothing to worry about. What? But you're not letting me get there. Right? So, I'm moving down now. All right? So, now I'm going to continue working on some of the odds. All right? So, yesterday we left off at question 35. So, he said he had a question with 35. So, do you mind if I start there? That'll be a good start, right? So, now listen to me. All of these, listen to me. I know, but he asked me about 35. All right, we'll get there, I promise. Now, all of these, I would say, are what? Simple, 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 if you know how to set up a proportion. If you don't know how to set up a proportion, this is like impossible. Right? So, does everybody understand? These figures are similar, which means their sides are proportional. You got to be with me. The sides are proportional. So, let me ask you a question. What goes with 9? X. Beautiful. What? Come on now. What's going with 11?
44.
Beautiful. That's all there is to it. Now, some of you are so smart, you're saying, well, the one on the right looks what? 4 times larger. How did I know that? Well, because I know 11 times 4 is what? 44. So right off the bat, without doing any work, I just know my answer is X equals 36 kilometers. You understand what I'm saying on that? Now, let's say you can do that on the test tomorrow. Do you get the right answer? Yes. If you want to make sure you're correct, you should write a proportion. And your proportion could be something like 9 over X equals 11 over 44. And then I had, put your hands down. And then I had somebody say, well, that's not how I did the proportion. I did the proportion as 9 over 11 equals X over 44. And the reason why you raised your hand is because you didn't hear me say there are multiple ways to set up the proportion. And you're still going to get what? The same answer. Are you hearing me now? Now, anybody have any objections to number 35? I'm ready.
I told you the answers, but how do you know not like which side to use?
How do you know which side to use? Okay, when they look at the figure, okay, that's not a bad question, so let me get to that. All right, so look right here. Look, how easy. How do I know? I'm looking at the figure. That's how I know. Does BA go with ZY? Does this go with this down here? Does XY go with BA? I don't know what you're asking me. How do I know what goes with what? I have to do what? Look. You have to actually look. The left side is similar to the left side. The right side is similar to the right side. This is to this. ED is to what? There's going to be the whole review. That's what I can't get to it because you keep asking me questions. True? They're at the end. I'm trying to get to the end. All right, moving forward. Gavin, is that helpful? All right, good. All right, because she brought up a great point. Sometimes they're turned up around, upside down. How do I know? We're getting there. All right? And besides the fact you're smart, that's why. Oh, wait a minute. 37 was a really good problem. Review that. But what we're going to do is I'm going to jump to question number 42. We're going to look at 42. Everybody take a look at 42. Now, why do you think I'm doing question 42? Because it's turned around and flipped upside down. Everybody with me? So now you have to tell me, all right, what you think is true. All right? Now, if you're using logic, then probably how you're going to set up the proportion is what? Correct. If you're just looking at it going this over this and this over this, then that's not good logic. All right, let me show you what I mean. How long is the rope bridge? So that's what's missing. Do you agree? So I'm going to put an X here. Come on now. And this is, I'm addressing you who say, well, if it's upside down or turned, how do I know? All right. What do you think 49.5 goes with? Do you think the 49.5 goes with the 12, or do you think it goes with the 18? It obviously goes with the 18. And some of you go, well, that's not obvious to me. Or we got to look. This is what? The vertical off of the what? The right angle. You agree with that? This is the vertical off of the right angle. This is the slant. That is the slant. Is everybody with me? Right? I think you're with me. So now, let's set it up. So if I set it up,
Okay, so it'll be 49.5 over x
good.
is equal to 18 over
You are awesome. Now, Bradley might say, well, that's not how I did it. Bradley,
There's no more ways to do it.
go. Beautiful. You're listening. It feels good.
I know there are
Just tell me what your proportion is. 49.5 over 18 is equal to? Brilliant. Either one of those, give yourself a pat on the back. I promise you, if you're good with that, you're probably going to do extremely well. B or above. All right, B or above. We got to get some more problems, though. All right, so now we can cross multiply.
So it's always that the letters are above.
No, I have never once said up here, this is how you always do it. I am trying to teach you to do what? Think. You got to think. Every problem's a little bit different. Shh.
I mean, because
What? Stop. Just. For which one? I'm saying these are the two correct ways of doing it. You could do either one of those. If you do it any other way, it's wrong. So what did you do?
how do you know that the 12 is below the x?
How did you set this up as the proportion?
I did 49.5 over 18 equals 12 over x.
Because okay, listen to me now. You ready? He said 49.5 over 18. So far, beautiful. So I have the large over the small. Right? The large over the small. So what would the large be? Why would I'm not? You're not guessing. X is large. What's small? There you have it.
So is the
Shh. You did large to small. Do you agree with me?
yeah.
That's why it's x over 12. You with me now, right? Now, you could also go side to bottom is side to bottom. You hear what I'm saying on this? You with me? Gavin, you got it. All right.
But I just want, when you say the large number, are you?
I'm not saying the large number,
Okay.
the large triangle.
Because 49 is at the very top, it's above the x. This 49 is at the top of the triangle.
X is at the top of the triangle? That's what you just said.
49.5 is at the top of the triangle.
49.5 is the left side of the triangle. So now what?
So you gotta get right.
I'm asking you a question. Do you understand one of those two is correct? So what are you asking me? Nothing, right? Because you said you know it's either this one or this one.
Okay. You said, but you.
I don't care. I want to know if you understand this is the answer or this is the answer. So we don't have a question then. There is no question. No, you don't. You just told me you know this is the answer or this is the answer. So there.
I do have one question. But, 49.5 above x and x.
You already told. I'm not even doing the problem. You are telling me what the problem is. You forget that. How did you set it up? How did you set it up?
49.5 18 12.
So what are you asking me? Nothing. All right? You had it set up correctly. You told me you set it up correctly. You told me you set it up correctly and you still have a question. That doesn't make sense to me. No more. We're not doing that anymore. All right? You can have a question, but don't tell me you did it correctly and have a question. All right. Now, does that help, what I just said? And look, they can be twisted, so you have to be what? You have to be careful.
So basically, the two ways that you can have it is the x and the other number next to it.
Yeah, they can be switched around. You got to be smart. And listen, that's what I was trying to tell Gavin. There are no what, Gavin? Absolutes. I can't say this is how you always do it, because it's not the case in math. You're getting to a point where you have to actually do what? Think. All right? So now I'm on 43. It's on the test. So here we go. 43 is on the test. So you better be ready for it. So here we go. It says a 6-foot observer casts a 4-foot shadow. So, I mean, I wouldn't expect you to draw a person or anything, but we could. All right, that person is what? 6 foot tall. And he casts a what? 4-foot shadow. So this is 6 and this is 4. Now I'm standing next to a chimney that's what? 238-foot shadow. 238 goes there. How tall is my chimney? So what proportion am I going to use? What proportion? Go. 6/4. Beautiful. Equals. You are amazing. 238. You okay with that, right?
Yeah.
And then tell me the answer was what?
4x equals 1,000.
And then x equals 357. Nice. Does everybody agree with that? 357. Come on, guys. This is your time right now. Now you're supposed to say, if you got it, we're in good shape. If you didn't get it, let me help you. Everybody's happy, right? All right. Now, here we go. Now, 44, listen to me. I don't want to, on the test, I didn't put feet with inches. Does everybody hear me? So what I want you to do is just put an X on number 44. All right. And again, we could, it's not that difficult, but I don't want to introduce something like that. Hold on a minute. All right. So number 45, it says, in a scale model, the height is 8 inches. If the actual height of the wheel is 96 feet, what is the scale? Now listen to me, guys. There's two ways I don't care, right? But now there is a scale and there is a scale factor. The scale factor is how many times bigger. Think of that factor. It has multiplication. Right now, if you want to know the scale, you can just say what? 8 inches is to what? 96 feet. That's how I want you to look at that right there. 8 inches is to 96 feet. Is everybody hearing me?
Yes.
Now, if you converted the feet to inches, I wouldn't be mad at you. But you're doing the scale factor when you do that. All right, think about on a map. If you ever look at a map, it sometimes says 1 inch is to 10 miles. That's what we're looking at. That's what the scale is. So in this case right here, I want you to tell me that 1 inch is the same as what? 12 feet. Now, how did I do that? I just took 96 and divided it by what? 8. Everybody do that on your calculator. Or you can just reduce the fraction, 8 over 96.
Oh, yeah.
And you get what?
112.
1/12. Exactly. So that means that for every inch, it is what? 12 feet. Tell me.
Wait, so you're saying, so we just
Yes, you just reduce the fraction. Very good. All right? All right. Let's take a look at number 46 now. I like these little drawings. So let's see what we got here. All right, remember Miss Pliego's class. Get your hand up now immediately if you're not sure about something. All right, an illustration of a car. The length of the car is 3 inches. The actual length of the car is 10.5 feet. What is the scale? So we're just going to say what? 3 over 10.5. I like that. Now look up on the board because I'm going to try to show you something. right? Because I don't think you can type in a fraction 3 over 10.5. So look up, please. I want to show you something. Everybody look up. If I double everything, what does the 3-inch become?
6.
And what if I double 10 and a half?
21.
21 inches, or 21 feet. Does everybody hear me on that, guys? Look at that. Does everybody see that? Right, that way I don't have to deal with the decimals. Everybody good? Now, let's reduce 6 to 21. What's that?
1.
Divide by 3, please.
Oh, that'd be 2 over 7.
2 inches is to what?
7.
7 feet. 2 inches is to 7 feet. Everybody okay with that? All right, that's not bad. Yes.
I have a question. Number
41. I'll go back for you. Did we do this one?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's okay. Here we go. Let's look at it again. Look up.
Fraction. And how do you know which one's the big and small?
Let's talk about it right now. Let's see if you now, because you listened to me earlier, right?
Yeah.
So you should be better now.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm going to go to the front just to make sure you hear me. All right, I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you can see. All right. Now, what do you think 4.8 goes to? Do you think the 4.8 goes to the 2.8 or the 3.2? Exactly. Come on, man. You know how to do this now. Right? So we got what? Dora's house is X, right? So this length right here is X. Do you agree?
Mhm.
So now set up the proportion quickly.
So 4.8 is 7.2 and X over 2.8.
Now, just to check you. Oh, you left. All right. So does everybody understand now it's not 2.8 over X, right? Because he did for the big to the what? Small. And I meant the big triangle to the what? Small triangle. You with me? All right. Now, I don't really think I need to solve the proportion anymore. I feel good about solving proportions. It's the setting them up that's the problem. Do you agree with me? So we would just say, on your calculator, 4.8 times 2.8 divided by 3.2. And what was that answer again? How much? 4.2. So I'm pretty happy. All right. Uh-oh. That's the wrong answer, though. Correct answer is 7. Now I need someone who's brilliant to tell me why the answer is 7.
So, wait. So 2.8
Yes?
times 4.8.
Tell me,
Okay,
why is the answer 7?
because you times 3.
No.
Because you plus. You have to like move the decimal.
Why am I plussing?
Plus 3.2 plus 4.8.
Yes, because look, well, not 3.2, but 4. Look, the question, please. I'm going to put this on the test tomorrow, so I need you to pay attention. You got to always go back and read. How far is Dora's house from whatever's house, right? So I'm trying to find, watch, please. I'm trying to find this distance from here to here. Do you agree with that? Does everybody agree with me? So how much is X?
Oh, you actually. Oh, yeah. And you add 4.2 to 2.8.
That's easy now. Don't tell me you don't understand that now. If you don't understand that, you're just not listening. The question is from here to here. Do you agree with me?
Oh, yeah.
So this plus this. That's why the answer is 7. All right. Hopefully you like that explanation. Make yourself a little note. All right, make yourself a little note. Let's try to do some more fun problems. All right, here we go. 49. Here we go. Let's look at 49. It says the distance between two lakes is 300 miles. On the map, the distance between the lake is 3/4 of an inch. All right? So what's the scale? The scale is 300 miles is to what?
3/4.
To 3/4 of a what? Inch, right? Now, on a map, they usually don't do that. So now, what I want everybody to do is look up and listen. A fraction bar means what? Divide, right? So I want everybody to do 300 divided by 3/4. Everybody's doing 300 divided by 3/4. And tell me what that is. What is it? So we would say 400 miles is to what? 1 inch. Now, Miss Pliego's class, are you guys familiar with that? Right? I did the top number divided by the bottom number. And that gave me miles per what? Inch. So for every inch, you're going to move what? 400 miles. Is everybody okay with that? Go ahead, quick, Kevin.
So, okay, wait, no.
All right? Somebody else.
This is kind of off topic, but I always wondered when you divide, how does it go if the number goes up?
Okay, very good. So listen to me. Very important question. He said when I divide, usually the number gets what? Smaller. But now how's it getting bigger when I divide? So if I take 1 and I cut it into halves, how many pieces do I have? Right. So I split 1 up into halves. I got 2. You with me? So whenever, believe it or not, whenever you divide by a number between 0 and 1, it's going to get bigger. The other reason is you multiply by the reciprocal.
I always thought it was just the end of the problem.
Nope. Nope. Now you know. You hear me? Quick.
Is the reason that we divided it there is because we can't
Have a fraction in a fraction.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why we just.
100%.
So if that happens,
100%. You always just divide it.
Okay.
Always
But
divide.
if it was something else, we just make it divided. Simplify.
Man, are you with me? That's what I'm saying. Right? You understand what I'm saying now? You understand why I'm frustrated, right? Come on, man. You guys both left and come back, and now you're asking me questions. I don't think that's fair. All right? Now, I want to do number 50 just to make sure. 3.5 inches is to 20 kilometers. So we're going to write down 3.5 inches is to 20 kilometers equals. Now, where does the 4.9 inches go?
On the top.
On the top. I don't want him to just say that. I want everybody to say, obviously, the 4.9 has to go where? On the top. Because inches go on the top with inches. So we say 4.9 inches over x. Now, what do? Cross multiply and divide. Now, boom, you guys should be able to just cross multiply and divide.
28.
Somebody said 28. I'm not sure if I believe him.
It's 90. It's 90. I got you.
All right, so here we go, guys. So here we go, just to make sure, 3.5x equals, now what's 4.9 times 20?
I got 98.
98, right? And then I have to do what?
I divided.
Now you have to, tell me, Justin.
Divide by the 3.5.
Yes, sir, divide by the 3.5.
28.
Exactly?
Yes.
Who said they're lost? What are you talking about, you're lost? Multiply these two numbers and divide by the other one.
Okay.
You with me or not?
Yeah.
You good on that? Come on now. That's problem number 1 on the test tomorrow. You with me? Do you have any questions? You good? Okay. All righty. Let me see if there's anything else real hard for you. Yes. 53. Here we go. 53. It says, Ariel created a scale drawing. 1 inch is to what? Well, now this one I consider kind of easy, actually. What do I do? Multiply what?
18 times 8.5.
Yes. All right, because if we set it up, let's go ahead and set it up just to make sure you understand what I'm saying. I would say, bless you, I would say 1 inch is to 18 feet is equal to, where does 8.5 go?
On the top.
Now, for me, because I'm using a calculator, instead of doing 8 1/2, I would just type in what? 8 point what? 8.5. To me, 8.5 is easier. If I just know it, I'm just going to type in 8.5. Can you type in the fraction ABC? Yes. But it's not necessary. I think it's just better to do 8.5 over x. Is that correct? 153 feet?
Yeah. Wait,
I'm listening.
for the one that we said we can't do a fraction
I did-
inside of a fraction, why don't we just make it a decimal?
You can. Brilliant.
And then you still get
Same answer. Oh, here we go. 55. 55. All right, Leighton, let's see you. How am I setting up 55, please? Shh.
Okay, so will we do 48 over x?
Good is equal to?
40 over x is equal to 12 over 8.
Beautiful.
12 over 8.
Cross multiply, divide that for me quickly.
I got 32.
I got 32. Brilliant. 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 Now, look, tell me now, you guys. If you're not sure, speak up. Girls in the back. You guys okay? You guys haven't said much.
I think that's pretty
All right.
good. I think that's pretty good for the 48.
Yes. Nice. Nice. You okay? Everybody's okay? Yeah. All right. Here we go. Oh, good. Good. Thank you. You can do 48 over 12. And then you would do what? X over 8. Same answer. Do you agree?
And what would you do 4 to 48? Divide by 4 is 12.
You can do that way also. That's a smart way of doing it.
So 8 times 4 is 30.
You're good. Exactly. All right. Hold up.
How do you know if to divide it or times it?
When after I set up the proportion?
Yeah.
So look, you always multiply the two numbers together first.
Oh, you have to set up the proportion.
Yes. You hear me?
Yes, you can't say look at it and see.
Right. Well, on this one, we can say that this one over here, pay attention. This triangle is supposed to be 4 times larger. Do you agree with that? So this triangle, if it's 4 times smaller, 8 times 4 is 32. You hear me? All right. I'm happy with you. See how that?
Yes, sure. I did 57 mentally.
Good. You should.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh. 59. 59 is nice. I want everybody eyes on 59. How much time do we have, by the way?
2 minutes.
2 more fun minutes. Here we go.
Yay!
I know you're all excited. Woo. All right, here we go. Listen, 459. Now, listen, everybody misses this problem because they don't see 2 triangles.
I see 2 triangles.
All right? Now, what I'm trying to show you here is this. I want someone to set up the proportion for me. Justice.
All right, so would you do? Wait, let me read it. All right, so would you put 6 over 20, or wait, 4 over 20? Yeah, no. So 8 over 6 and 20 over 8.
Yes, that's one way. All right, I like that. We could say equals. Yes, I'm happy with that. Make sure you're seeing, right? Now, again, that's an excellent question, guys. Excellent question. Now, again, be real careful. Be real careful. All right? Now, okay, I want to jump to 64 real quick because that's a twisted one. That's a twisted one. Carly, I want you to look up on the board and write my proportion for me, please. Shh. Is not an answer. You are awesome. Man, I'm good. I know that now. I am really good. Here we go. All right, let's do another proportion. Twisted on 65. Avery, go. No, the other Avery.
No, Avery.
Go.
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 Go home.
Shh. Quick.
It's 20 over X.
20 over X. You're awesome, girl. All right. Homework is to study. That's your job. Look over these notes. You should be practicing. You should not go to the basketball game and study math.
I don't need to study.